Hello everybody, I hope you're all healthy and well and happy today. Well, I'm really scraping the barrel today making this video because goodness knows I have basically had enough of the dastardly duo in Montecito. Anyway, let me start off by saying the following. I cannot tell you how many times over the last few weeks I felt like saying, I told you so. But I'm an adult and thumbing my nose at people may not be the right thing to do. The first thing I would like to mention today is something that had now reappeared on Instagram and Twitter. Oh my gosh, I told you months ago that Rachel did get a degree from Northwestern in 2003, but that it was a straightforward bachelor's in communication and not a double major in international studies and theatre. Firstly, Northwestern does not offer a double major in communications, nor did Rachel spend enough time on campus to come anywhere near such an achievement. So here, compliments of Paula M. is the actual proof. But let's move on to other proof and truth, or shall we say lies. Omid Scobie told The Sun that Meghan and Harry may pick a £2,800 a night maternity suite for the birth of their daughter. According to Scobie, they may choose to have their baby at the Cedars Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Of course, Scobie had to name drop and point out that Kim Kardashian, Victoria Beckham, and Beyonce had their babies there. Now, I would like to know what happened to the home birth. But of course, we know that the vitriol will continue to spill until the Harkles are deplatformed, and the only way they will be semi-deplatformed will be if or when those titles are gone, and they are taken from the royal website, where of course they are currently enjoying free advertising with the compliments from the royal family. And yet, despite our efforts, despite all the rumors, despite all the lies they tell, despite all the dodgy deals, and despite the fact that they resigned their posts, Harry and Rachel are still broadly featured on the royal family website. Now, do you guys see why I get fed up and despondent? But let us get back to all the BS doing the rounds about the impending miracle birth. I think I told you this before, but I was told in confidence that Meghan told someone during the Oprah interview shoot that she was just past the 6-month mark. It was apparently this very comment which raised eyebrows in the first place, as the bump we and they saw in the chicken coop was not a 6-month bump. Then, to add insult to injury, the size differed from the one she sported in the blackbird shit dress. But let's go with Megsy's own words to prove once again what a liar or scam artist she is. Let's play a fantasy game and take her at her word. And let's say she was just past the 6-month mark during the shoot. Then, if we accept that, or we pretend that we do, then she must have been just past the 7 months mark towards the end of March, just past the 8 months end of April, and must be just past 9 months now. In the Oprah interview, Meghan said the baby is due in summer, and to another, she said at the end of spring. Well, my dear friends, That means that according to Mexi Daisy, the child is only due after the 20th of June, which marks the end of. And if we rush back to our calendars and calculators, that would effectively mean that our dear Megsie will be 10 months or more when she expects to give birth. I'm sorry, but that is just not possible. And no doctor I know of would allow a woman to be that far overdue. And remember how Megsie told the world that her doctor did not clear her to fly for Prince Philip's funeral? Well, again, I asked a friend in the medical field, and she said that the only reason why a doctor would not recommend that a healthy, fit woman fly would be if she was further along than 36 weeks. So, although we know that the royal family probably did not invite her, let's assume for a minute. Remember, we are playing a fantasy game. Let's assume that it was a legitimate reason. Well, we know that Prince Philip's funeral was on the 17th of April. So let's pretend she was 36 weeks on the 17th of April. Well, my friends, that would mean that our Mexi is now 42 weeks pregnant and already 2 weeks overdue. But like I told you in the gossip video last week, the word on the street is that the surrogate gave birth a little early in April at 7 months gestation. However, this sounded so familiar to me, and I went back to my notes on Archie's birth, and there I found memos and notes about that surrogate being forced to have a caesarean early, as the Harkles were running out of time and had to produce a baby. So what on earth is going on? How on earth can our politicians, and in particular the royal family, allow for this farce to continue? And by continue, I mean, how can they include Harry's children in the line of succession when there are so many questions and discrepancies about their birth and origins? It was this question in particular which finally drove me to write letters to Kensington Palace and to the Archbishop of Canterbury, a letter in which I left out all the guesswork and gossip and focused on only provable facts. Yet it had been weeks now, and as always, when questions become serious, the royal family and their cohorts go silent. To date, I have not even received acknowledgement that my email was received or read. So what I did yesterday was to send the same letter to 2 foreign newspapers in the hope that somewhere an investigative journalist will be tasked to look into the matter. I've also decided to put the letter on my website so you guys can go read it. I'll post it under the diary or blog section, and will post a link to it in my community tab as soon as it is available on the website. But for now, let us move on again. After the Me You Can't See debacle, another headline caught my attention. Meghan is apparently using Reiki touch therapy on herself and Archie. There is little research of the efficiency of Reiki, but it is believed to help with stress and pain. But here comes the clincher. Certification is required to practice Reiki. So when did Meghan become a certified practitioner? The same article also states that it was Meghan who introduced Harry to ancestral healing to help him deal with generations of genetic baggage. Megan said that she learned about the treatment from her mother Doria, who attends weekly services at the Agape International Spiritual Center. Well, for me, I'm just gobsmacked and actually so devoid of words that I find it hard to put my opinion in coherent words. I have little negative to say about Reiki, as I have a relative who is a yoga instructor and Reiki practitioner. And although the practice of yoga and Reiki is aimed at a healthier you and overall wellness, I can also tell you that it is a great add-on to conventional medicine and practices if and when it is administered by a certified practitioner. And it should never be seen as a replacement of or for conventional medical practices. As for the ancestral healing, I'm sorry guys, love me or hate me, that is just a load of imaginary claptrap. Each generation has its own pain, its own feelings, and its own successes and failings. I have known and still know people who have come from the most disadvantaged backgrounds and who have become the most successful and most inspiring people. However, what is becoming more and more clear is that Meghan has gone full nuclear on Harry, and that although he is not blameless, it is clear that his already mixed up state was used by Meghan, possibly with the help of her mother, to drive Harry further over the edge. Okay, my friends, let us leave it here. Tonight, I'll be watching the arraignment of Laurie Vallow and Chad Daybell, a case I've been following for more than a year. And when I heard last night that they had finally been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, my faith in humanity and justice was restored a little once again. At some point in the next few days, we'll talk about this case, and in particular, narcissism. Before I go, however, I just want to share with you that I have added something new for my subscribers. Yes, finally, we can proudly display ourselves as being part of the bookworm community, as from now on, you'll be able to purchase your own bookworm t-shirt, and at the same time also advocate the importance of reading and learning. I only have 2 products to choose from at the moment: a unisex t-shirt which comes in 4 colors and a mug which comes in 4 colors. So if you are interested in obtaining a bookworm t-shirt or mug, click on the link in the description box and hop on over to view the products. I have not yet had the time to set up a YouTube product shelf, but will do so soon. But in the meantime, as I said, go to the description box underneath the video and click on the link if you are interested. Okay, my dear friends, this is it from me for today. Please take good care of yourselves, and until I see you on the next video, bye.